Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I am one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke, and over to my right, of course.
What's up, folks? Back in the building. No cool nickname.
Yeah, man.
Duran, y'all know what it is. Good to see you.
Absolutely. We're back.
Yeah.
Gonna bring you something new and exciting, like we always try to do, and today is no exception. This one is well, you can't buy this.
No.
So, I modified both of these, and Duran over there is like, let's do them on podcast. And I'm like, okay, why not? So, our smoke for today is a Drew Estate factory smoke Sungrown that I partially dried out down to 50%.
Mm-hmm.
And then put it in a container of rehydrated Bovedas that were rehydrated with Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
And so let the cigars get rehydrated with these Eagle Rare, hydrated Boveda pack, and that took several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And,
we've been talking about it for a while,
yeah.
Not on camera, but we've been talking about it for a while.
We have. I've been trying to get it to be right where I want it to be, and just waiting for them to get ready. And I've got a regular one right here that we can, look at and smell. And so this one is a regular one that nothing's been done to. And, you smell this one.
Yeah.
And then you smell this one, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, you can clearly smell
huge difference.
The difference in this one. Like I said, this one smells sweet. Smells very, very good, and that one smells a little spicy after smelling this, right?
Right.
So it's interesting. This is another one of your experiments.
It is.
So we're gonna find out live on camera.
Yes.
If it's worth anything.
And then this is another one of my experiments.
Yeah.
Where I took some everyday average Smoke Wagon,
mm-hmm.
put it in a different bottle because that bottle wasn't conducive to my experiment, and then took a Drew Estate UC10, took everything off, and just literally shoved it in the bottle,
mm-hmm.
and let the stick sit in the bottle for, I think it was 3 days. Pull it out, and then I let the juice just kind of sit for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've tasted it. Yes, we've let it rest. It wasn't really a hit for us, right? Not really.
So when you say I'm excited, I'm kind of worried too. Like, it's a little mixture of both. I'm worried I might spit this shit all over the room.
Here's the funny thing,
because neither of us have tasted it in a while.
Right. Well, and I've also run it through a filter.
Yeah.
So to get anything that might have been in it, because that was another problem that I had with it. You could see there was like a haze in there, and so I've run it through a filter. But the funny thing I thought was that I had you taste it. I didn't tell you what it was. I had you taste it,
mm-hmm.
and then I told you that was Smoke Wagon. You were like, no way.
Yeah.
Not Smoke Wagon.
No.
So it completely changed the flavor.
Absolutely.
But, we'll see. It's been sitting for a good month now,
mm-hmm.
maybe more. But we're going to get into this.
Here goes nothing, folks.
Here goes nothing.
Like,
this might be an unaired episode.
Nah, it's definitely going to air. I am not going to let him not put this out there. Like, if it's, this is part of the game, man. Like, it's just part of the game.
Yeah. So I'm actually, I'm kind of excited with the cigar. And I've got another experiment going with these exact same cigars where I kind of did the opposite, where I soaked the cigars and then I'm using dried up Bovedas
mm-hmm.
to bring the moisture back down. So we'll eventually get to those. They're not quite ready. They're still reading a little high. But I'm real interested to see how they both turn out. And if one is just so much better than the other, I may jump up to something nicer.
A little bit nicer?
On the cigars, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I don't know. It smells great. I have these quite often, like at the end.
The cold draw. You can taste it.
Oh.
You can taste it.
Wow.
On the cold draw.
That's crazy.
Like,
it's so much.
It's a lot. It's there. It's
not
there.
just subtle; it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. If this works, this was easy. This was genuinely, it was easy. Like to just let the cigars sit out and dry out.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little hydrometer that I put in the container, right? And I would put it in there and close it up and let it sit for about a day to get a good reading. But okay, let's go.
Having a little trouble getting lit here, and I'm getting some unraveling.
Ooh.
Doesn't come through as much when it's lit.
It doesn't. It's very, very subtle.
Yeah.
In the smoke.
So
But we'll see.
I remember this cigar being a little heavier, and I feel like it may
Have mellowed it out a
have
little bit.
mellowed it.
It's possible. I mean, it's probably been a good week since I've had one of these, the regular ones. It tastes slightly different, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's enough.
Tastes sweeter. There's a sweetness that comes to it.
Yeah.
But it's so once I lit it, it's not overwhelming. Like the cold draw tasted, night and day from what I remember.
Yeah.
It being lit, not so much.
It does have this, I don't know, especially in the retro. I'm getting these hints of the drinking experience through the cigar.
Yeah.
Like in the retro. So it's weird. That's a weird one. And if you don't already know, so this is, I think I said it was a Drew Estate. This is their extreme budget line.
Yeah, this is entry level stuff.
Like these things are $1.50.
Yeah.
Every day. That's like your everyday price.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is what we call a throwaway, right? Like you ain't got a whole bunch of time to smoke.
Yeah.
Right. Like, or something might come up while you're smoking.
Right.
You smoke something like this so that if you have to toss it, you don't feel bad about it. But they're pretty good for what they are, right?
Yeah.
So here's the truth about this. I didn't expect this to be exceptional anyway because it's a factory smoke, right?
Yeah.
So we were just doing some things to a factory smoke to see if it was going to turn out a little bit better
than to see what it would do. Yeah, right? And I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, you don't want to jump up to a $10 stick and then ruin it.
Right. And I did it on 5 of them. So I didn't just do the 2 that were smoking. I did 5 of them so that I can give them to other people and have them try it to tell me what they think. So
I don't think it's bad.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't know that it affected it enough to like make it better.
No.
I don't.
No.
I'm not, at least not yet, and I don't know that it,
And again,
changed that much.
We're both in the foot, right? So we don't know. It might, how cigar complexities change. Like we might get a little deeper into it, and then all of a sudden we're like, whoa, there it is.
Could be. I'm definitely getting something on the retro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting it on the palate, but I'm getting something that I don't remember getting before.
There's a sweetness on the palate from it.
Okay.
Like just straight up and down, like, because neither of us have, well, I don't know about you. I haven't had a drink today.
No.
So the sweetness can't be coming from anything but the cigar, right?
Yeah.
I'm definitely retroing as well, but not with every draw. So the sweetness is lingering.
It's pleasant.
Yeah. The sweetness is lingering. So it's there.
Like it's definitely pleasant. And again, it wasn't difficult to do. So I'm curious now to do it with something a little bit better, not crazy, right? Maybe do like a New World Cameroon.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like jump up to a Cameroon. You can buy those in the right places for little or nothing.
Yeah, those are pretty cheap.
You know, so.
Okay.
All right, man. Well, you know what time it is.
Time to crack this bottle here.
Let's see what you got.
I guess it's cracked. This isn't even the bottle that I made it in because I needed to filter it. So let's see.
Well, you went heavy.
Don't do it. Then do it.
Yeah.
It's not that it tasted bad. It just was lackluster. Right?
Yeah. All right, let's see about the nose. I went, as you can see, I went a lot less just because, like,
the color on it.
The color's great. The color's great. I wonder what the tobacco concentration did to it as well.
I don't know. I have no idea.
So normally with Smoke Wagon, right, there's a little bit of ethanol that comes on the nose.
Right. Not
there.
Right. It totally calmed it down.
It's gone. Like it's not there at all. And I mean, I'm taking a big whiff, like, and I've got nothing.
I don't mind it, but it's not. There's this weird tingling sensation.
What is that? I was wanting to be like, I don't like what this is doing in my mouth, bro. Like, pause. I don't like that.
What? Yeah, what's this tingling? It's still there.
I bet it's the tobacco.
It's the nicotine.
It's the nicotine.
Yeah, there's nicotine in it.
A high, and it's a high concentration.
It's probably not low, for sure.
Like, and I don't know about that, fella.
Probably shouldn't drink too much of that in one sitting.
That, like,
especially if you're not used to nicotine.
Because I mean, it blasted, like, I was like, whoa. What is this tingling feeling?
I think that might be the nicotine.
I don't think it might be. That's exactly what it is. Like, listen. And so
that's a strange experience.
But here's the problem with that, right? Like, the concentration of nicotine with the alcohol,
right?
It can get you in trouble.
Yeah, it can.
It can get you in trouble. Wow. I'm instantly starving. Like, extremely hungry.
Guess we'll be drinking this one slow.
Well, so let's talk about the process that you used to make this. So you stuck a cigar in there. For how long? You said 3 days?
3 days.
When was the first time we tried it?
I think it was a week after I'd pulled it out.
Okay.
And I tried to save the cigar. Like, I left it out to try to, like, dry it back out to see if I could smoke it.
Couldn't do it.
And I did try to smoke it. It wouldn't stay lit.
Okay.
Like, it's just too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it had completely soaked all the way through to the cigar. I mean, it was completely saturated. I was actually surprised the thing didn't just fall apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was about a week, and then, we said, well, maybe it needs to rest for a little time.
Yeah.
So we let it rest for a couple more weeks. We tried it again, and it still wasn't there. And so I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna.
So here's the
set
thing.
it off to the side.
So I definitely think the taste on it has mellowed a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Like, there's not. So it does, as you said, I don't dislike it, but it doesn't do anything for me to make me want to drink it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you add the weirdness from the nicotine.
Yeah, that weird tingling feeling at the end.
Like, it makes me not even want to go back to it.
Yeah. You're kind of leery. You're just like, I don't know if that's, like, safe to drink.
That's the fear I'm having right now.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I should drink that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. We might need to just pour it out or something, and
And
grab another
because
pour
I'm
out of your
so
bag.
the fact that we both had the same exact feel, and we're cigar smokers, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it kicked us and was like, hey. So I kind of worry we probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. We could just grab something else real quick, or we could grab one of these other testers we have. We can grab that one right there.
Let's do it. Let's do that. Let's do that.
You want to do that instead?
Where are we gonna empty this though?
I'm gonna grab an empty glass,
and we're gonna pour it in.
and so,
Actually, can we just go new glasses? We should
uh,
probably go new glasses, right?
you want to go new glass?
I have a Glencairn in my bag I can
All
use
right. Well, let's
if
do that
needed.
then.
All right.
So y'all gonna see us move around.
Yeah.
Excuse us.
So here's the deal, right? Like, we just want to make sure I don't want
Yeah.
any remnants left in my glass that might ultimately affect whatever else I drink, and I also just don't know what effect that could have on us personally.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go brand new clean glass.
Oh, excuse me. So
Bless you.
Experimentation is great and fine, but I think you need to know when enough is enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And just be safe. We got to be safe, right?
We gotta be safe. Yeah.
Last thing we want is to be on a podcast enjoying ourselves, and all of a sudden somebody has to be rushed somewhere they shouldn't.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, because you're not supposed to really ingest nicotine.
No.
Like, I mean, I know like people that do like the dips and the chews
if
and
you
all
swallow
that.
it, like
Some of them swallow it, right? So I mean, they're getting a lot of nicotine, but they're used to it, right? If that has a high concentration of nicotine, we're not used to that.
Correct.
It can make us sick. So we're gonna move on to something else.
hey, it's all good.
Listen, if y'all are following us and you're seeing what we do, several weeks ago we did a home blend, and I've been doing several home blends, so you can go back and take a look at those. And we tasted it, of course, right away.
Yeah.
Right, what I call week zero.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, that's not it.
That ain't it. We ain't feeling that.
But this has been resting and marrying for what, 3 weeks now?
I want to say 3 weeks because it says the 10th, right?
It says the 10th on it, yeah. So I mean, we're trying to reproduce, somewhat recreate Old Forester birthday bourbon.
Yes.
And so if you want to see what that blend was all about, you'll have to go back and find that one. But this is test blend number 4.
All right.
So let's go for it.
Let's do this thing.
And we can take a healthy pour this time since we've waited so many weeks.
I mean, it's a healthy pour.
What?
He got us experimenting tonight. He's like, take a healthy pour.
I'm on vacation.
Like, okay, well, I will be in a couple of days, but also at the same time, I don't know about your healthy pours. Like, that's healthy enough there.
I also don't have to drive. So.
All right. Go with the nose first, right?
Yeah. Let's see what we get.
Nose is very nice.
Man, that's really nice.
It's really nice, right? The oakiness that we had the first time around has definitely calmed down quite a bit.
Like it's there?
It's there.
But it's just kind of there at the party,
Very low ethanol.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there's not, what is it, 110, I think,
yeah.
What birthday bourbon is? Or no, I'm sorry, it's 80-something.
No, I think
it's 11 years, but it's like not even 90 proof. Or maybe it's right at 90 proof.
I don't remember. This smells quite enjoyable, though.
It smells great. Let's see. See that crazy oakiness? I don't get it.
This has a very long finish.
Like it's sweet, slightly oaky, just a tinge of it.
It's still nowhere near what we're shooting for.
It's something missing. Like I don't know what.
It's not refined enough. It's just it's not even.
Is that what
the
it is?
Same stratosphere, right? Like this is still rough around the edges. It's very good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it's much better than the first time we tasted it.
I'm telling you, man, you got to let these little blends you do.
The other part of that is we did something very extreme to start the night. So my taste buds might be a bit overwhelmed right now going, hey, I like this much better than what you did the first time, right?
That might be true.
But it tastes very good to me right at this very moment. But it has a very long finish. It's still there. little bit of sweetness. The oakiness is very subtle at this point.
Right. That's kind of surprising to me,
Yeah.
considering how oaky it was the
The
first
first
time
time
we had
around, it was heavy.
it. It was, man, it was so overwhelming. Yeah, I think I'm with you. It's missing some kind of refinement.
And I don't know how, because we mixed very good things in this.
We did.
So I don't know how you would give it refinement after, unless we just let it sit longer.
That could be it. I mean, if there's anything I've learned with the home blends, you really can't judge it until you get to week 4.
Right.
Because I've done week to week tastings and taken notes, and I can go back and look at my notes and see how it's changed in flavor over that 4 weeks. And based on what I've read, like 4 weeks, it's kind of like the bare minimum. Like, so I don't know. We'll let this one sit for a few more weeks and we'll try it again.
So I feel like the cigar has gotten a little better.
Really?
Yeah. Or maybe it just tastes better with this.
Could be. I don't know. Like, I'm still getting, like, the retro is really great.
Yeah.
I'm still getting just this kind of, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of the, like I say, the experience with the retro and what you get when you drink bourbon through the nose.
Yeah. So I'll say this. At the very beginning of the cigar, I wasn't getting an enjoyable experience. In the foot, like I felt like I was having to do a whole lot of draws to get the amount of smoke production I wanted. As we move further up the cigar, I feel like that's getting better.
Okay. And it could have been just, the foot.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm getting the sweetness now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's not sweet like a sweet tip.
No. It's just there's a subtle sweetness to it that makes it enjoyable.
Yeah. Man, it kind of makes me want to, like, smoke a regular one, like, not long after this, and just kind of see.
Yeah.
Like, is it that different?
Again, I feel like, from what I can remember, right, like, this is not a phenomenal cigar, right?
The base cigar isn't.
Right? So it's rough around the edges.
Yeah.
It's made it better.
Right.
But I also feel like the regular factory smoke is a bit stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
you might be right.
It has that extra oomph to it that makes me go, oh, damn, like, it's...
But do you usually smoke the Sungrowns, or do you smoke, like, the Maduros?
Like, a little of both.
Okay.
If I have to pick one, I prefer the Sungrown, to be honest.
And
the flavor is better.
It is better.
Like
the Maduro is harsh.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I think they're both harsh.
But this is like less harsh. I
yeah,
guess.
That's what I'm saying. So like for me, we have to remember what we're doing, right? This is a sub $2 stick. Okay, so they're not great from the beginning. It's better now, right? Like the subtle sweetness that I get from it makes it more enjoyable.
I like it.
Right,
and it's mellowed out. Like, it's not harsh.
That rough around the edges that you normally get from this.
Yeah.
Because you're smoking a $2 stick. You know you're not supposed to, like, it's not supposed to be the greatest thing you've ever had. Right. It's way better than I feel like a factory smoke normally is.
Yeah.
Because it tastes more refined, a little bit of sweetness to it. Like,
I don't disagree.
I'm enjoying it more than I would a normal one.
So next step up, go with a New World Cameroon.
Okay, we'll see how that
works.
But I actually enjoy that cigar exactly how it is.
I know, me too.
So I wonder if tweaking it is going to make me enjoy it, because I don't know that I want sweetness in that.
I don't know.
So we'll find out, right?
I don't know. It's part of the fun. Part of the fun of the experimentation. And like I say, with doing it this way, it wasn't difficult. It was just dry out some cigars, keep an eye on them. When they get down to 50%, I stuck the Bovedas in there with them, closed it up, and that was it. So the only thing that happened, because I didn't know what I was doing, I actually over humidified them. Yeah. So I had to put some dried out Bovedas in afterwards to try to draw a little bit of that moisture out.
Okay.
because the Bovedas were just blown up, right? So they weren't they weren't doing two-way anymore, right? It was just humidified,
Right.
just to spew out moisture. So this time I'll keep a closer eye on it, and when it hits like that, like 68%,
Mm-hmm.
I pull them out.
Like, and for me, when I think back through this, like normally about halfway through a factory smoke, I'm like, I don't really want to smoke this anymore. Right? Like that's just where I'm normally at with it. Like, okay, it served the purpose, right? Like I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I'm ending the night, or
Right.
Um, I actually don't want to put this one down.
I'm really enjoying the retro on this thing.
Yeah, I'm
Like
pleasantly surprised at how much better this is, which is crazy.
Right.
So hey, good job.
Thanks.
Good job.
You never know. I mean, I've made my first. What was it? My first two test blends that I made were not good, and I put all great stuff in it. The cigar one is a no. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably just throw that out.
Probably should.
Yeah.
That might make you sick.
Right. It might. The trying to smoke the cigar that came out of it was a no go. These seem to be really good. The other ones, they were soaked in Woodford.
Okay.
So now I'm just trying to bring the moisture level back down, and we'll try those. So different method with a different bourbon on purpose. I didn't want to do the same bourbon.
Yeah.
And then I've got another one going right now where I did sort of like the standard method of blending, which is you have like a main base, a smaller modifier, and an even smaller accent.
Okay.
And so, letting that one go. But it's been a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of my next blend that I want to do, my next little home blend that I want to do. And I really want to try to find some other things to like recreate, so we've done the one, and I brought that in, and you guys tasted it and couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah. We'll talk about that on a different episode.
Yeah.
That was quite surprising. But hey.
So I got another one that I've recreated, and I actually don't have the bottle, but one of our guys do. So I'm gonna bring in like a little jewel and have them give me some, so I can actually taste them side by side. Yeah.
Okay.
But we tried it immediately, and of course, it didn't taste like it. Right. Every week zero tasting I've done has just been no. So if you do your own blending, make sure you let it sit.
I mean, essentially, we're making a bunch of infinities here.
Yeah.
Just want to make that. None of this stuff is for sale.
No.
Right? Like, we're not trying to sell anything. This is all for our personal enjoyment. We're just having fun. So just keep that in mind.
Like, you can go out. There's all kinds of stuff out there on home blending, right?
Yeah.
And again, like you just said, it's just for yourself. So it's just the fun of trying to create something a little bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's people out there that have a home blend that they just make on a regular basis, and that's what's sitting in their decanter. I mean, so do what you want to do, man. The sky's the limit.
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows? I may try some stuff at home. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm super excited about the things you've got going on. I always enjoy coming over, trying them, and giving you an honest opinion. Up to this point, he hasn't been mad at me. I haven't. This might the one we did the first time around tonight might be the first time that I told him, like, yo, this is a no. We probably should never do this.
No, I was with you. Like, I was already leery about it. So, when you said let's do it on the podcast, I'm like, ooh, really? Okay.
But you know me, I like to.
Well, I mean,
I want people to see the true experience.
I was going to say, not everything is going to be successful.
Yeah.
So, like, I did. So I was doing some more research, and there actually is a way to proof up your alcohol.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into it here because it's kind of a sciencey method, but there actually is like 2 ways to do it without like ruining the alcohol.
Right. Okay.
And so I don't know. I may try the easier of the two, just just because.
to see if it works.
Yeah,
Not mad at that.
it might not be worth the trouble, but you know, like trying all these weird things, to try to mess with what you have.
Okay, so getting some new nuances here.
Man,
It
I
may
gotta
be
tell you,
fading.
I'm really enjoying this.
I'm enjoying it, but I feel like so the pleasantness that I was getting may be fading. It's starting to taste more and more like just a factory smoke.
Okay, maybe it didn't get to like the core of the core of the cigar.
Yeah,
Maybe it
maybe.
just kind of got to the ends and that was it.
So I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a little bit more of the, you know,
Just the standard
just
factory
your
smoke.
standard factory
Yeah.
smoke.
Could be. I've got more hope in the other method
Okay.
because that one I feel like it could spread more, and that one you're ensured that the alcohol
Actually
actually
saturates.
got into the
Yeah.
cigar. This it was just in the air.
Yeah.
So who knows? Like, who
Yeah.
knows what that's gonna do? So I'm gonna wait, I think, and try the other one before I try to do this method again because I think the other one is gonna be better.
Okay.
I really, really do.
Well, we're getting close here.
Yeah, we are.
Let's get into our final thoughts, man.
So, I mean, I feel like this was a kind of a experiment DIY
Yeah.
episode. Just kind of became that, right? Um, the home blend here, like I think it's just really fun to bring some things together that you like
Mm-hmm.
to see if you can either recreate something or just create something completely new.
Right.
I do them both. But this particular one, after resting for 3 weeks, like
It has gotten night and day better.
it has gotten night and day better, but it does fall short of trying to recreate the Old Forester birthday bourbon. But sort of tabling that part, like it's a really nice pour.
It's a decent pour, man.
Like it's a really nice pour. And then the cigar, I agree with you. I think the kind of process it took it a step up,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We're going to see about the other one and see if that one was better. To
Right.
see if, kind of which one's the better route to go. But, hey, listen, there's people who take cigars and, dip them, in some kind of alcohol, right? They just kind of do like that.
Yep.
And that's it, and then they light it. There's people who will, after they cut the head, they'll take honey and they'll rub some honey on it. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do to change the smoking and drinking experience.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to try any of that stuff. I mean, the worst thing you can do is ruin the thing that you're messing with, right?
Yeah.
So don't get something that's really expensive, right?
Don't go dipping no Opus.
No, don't go messing with a $30 cigar, and don't go messing with a bunch of $200 bottles thinking you're going to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at. How about you?
So I am pleasantly surprised with the cigar. Like I said, it's tapering off. I feel like it's tapering off. I think the inexpensive cigar is starting to come through.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's part of the game. It's not a great cigar,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's starting to come through.
Yeah.
As far as the first experiment of the night, I was shook from the beginning. Right. Like we probably shouldn't do this. Right.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna do it, let's give it to
Let's
the
just
people and
do
let
it.
the world see
Yeah,
it.
man.
Right. So I think that's just a no. We don't. There may need to be some more research there on how to do that successfully. But the nicotine concentration, I think, came through immediately because it ultimately it shocked us both.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're gonna try that, do it a different way. As far as this blend, I'm very happy with where it is. Right.
Yeah,
Like no,
me
it's
too.
not. It's not what we were shooting for. But it's a pour that I don't mind at all.
Like genuinely, I want to. It's been so long since I've had birthday bourbon. I want to kind of try it like side by side. How different is it?
Yeah.
Because this isn't quite what I remember birthday bourbon being like.
No, again, the birthday bourbon is so
Like
it's special,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
it is.
it legitimately is special.
Right.
But
But I
yeah,
mean, but you think about like there's these recipes out there for poor man
hmm
pappy, and
hmm
there's another one I forget exactly what it's called, but it's supposed to somewhat replicate pappy, and
yeah,
it's not.
no.
Like you taste it, and then you taste real pappy, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, like those aren't even.
But
But
also at the same time, you've had
but I don't
the
I don't think.
best of the best as far as Pappy
No, I
goes.
know, but I'm saying like the point I'm trying to make is the poor man's pappy is not trying to replace pappy.
Yeah,
It's trying to get you close to it
yeah,
without actually
breaking the
getting
bank.
there.
Yeah, without breaking the
Yeah,
bank
and
to get
without
it.
breaking the bank. And again, without having the birthday bourbon side by side, it's hard for me to say, but this might be close. Might be you know, a relatively inexpensive, way to kind of replicate it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Well,
Maybe
that's
not.
our final thoughts. That's where we're at. But y'all know the drill, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell to make sure you get notifications when we drop new content. We are on all podcasting platforms, almost all. I won't say all, but most of them.
Most of the major ones.
Yeah, we also have an Instagram and a Facebook page. Make sure you guys are checking those out as well. Uh, I'll have Jason put some links in the description or something like that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, please drink responsibly. You see, we had to put something down today. Didn't seem quite right, so make sure you do that. And
Gotta make the right call, man.
yeah, yeah, So with that being said, y'all know what it is, man. I'm Duran, no cool nickname. My brother to the left.
Jason JB Smoke, and y'all put some smoke in the air.